One of my yoga teachers in the Himalayan tradition said, when you get kind of bored with a practice, with a yoga pose or a type of yoga practice you're doing, that the solution is to move in closer, to pay more attention. And I sometimes think about that when we're doing these practices, because we always start with the same thing. We start with tuning in, bringing our attention inward and bringing our attention to this moment. And this moment is always a little different. When we really come into the moment, we notice a lot of detail that we completely miss when we're not in the moment so much. We might notice what it feels like in our body to breathe. We might notice thoughts in our mind that we weren't really aware of, or an energy or a feel in the body. When we're bringing ourselves into the moment, when we're walking around somewhere, we might notice different objects that we never really tuned into before. Sometimes when I replay an old meditation tape or a recording of a workshop, I'm kind of surprised, because I'm thinking, okay, I know I was there for the whole thing, but I completely didn't get that at all. I didn't even notice that those words were being said. And our brain is like that. We tune out a lot of the time, and then we tune in when we do a practice. And what makes it interesting is not the sameness of the tuning in every day, but the details of what we find, what we observe, and the change in our experience. So if we notice when we tune in that our shoulders are tense or the upper back is tight, pretty reliably we'll find that that relaxes just by noticing it. Or if we have compulsive thinking and then we focus on the forehead for a moment and relax and soften the muscles of the forehead, the thinking moves to the background. And we have this wisdom in our body mind. And we have access to that wisdom when we slow down and pay attention. As you tune in and start the practice today, set your intention to be open to knowing more, to staying with, to softening into, to being here with ourselves. That's such a gift. And take a few deep breaths as you breathe in. Notice the abundance of fresh air. As you breathe out, notice there's a natural softening. And notice if there's any immediate threat in the environment that you're in. If you're out somewhere in public, you'd have to keep a bit of an eye open or an ear open for any unusual things that might signal danger. But it would be very unlikely that there's immediate danger in the environment that you're in, or in the room that you're in, perhaps, or your car. So we could notice that and we could just let our mind know. Our conscious mind can let our unconscious mind know there's no danger here right now. There's no immediate threat. It's okay to relax. And we signal that to our nervous system in a few different ways. One is that we relax our body. If we were truly in danger, we wouldn't be taking this time to relax our body. So every time we loosen up our teeth, our jaw, we let our shoulders soften away from our ears. We soften our belly so that breath can be smoother, more deep. We're signaling our body that we're safe. There's no physical threat. And as our breath becomes smoother and more ease in the breath, that also signals our nervous system that we're safe. And that anxiety and fear that so many people hold in their body all the time actually makes us less able to respond when we need to. The best preparation for danger is to relax our body, let our breath be even and smooth and deep. We can oxygenate all the cells through deep breathing, sufficient amount of inhale, and then letting go on the exhale, letting our body soften. And a mind that's focused and clear, not running ahead into the future, predicting anything that might go wrong, and not obsessing about the past. Just right here, right now, we're noticing what's going on. And as much as you can, keep letting go of any thoughts that aren't right now about the practice, about your experience in this moment. Notice the whole back of your body, back of your head, that space, back of your ears, back of your jaw, the hinges of your jaw, the sides and back of the neck. Notice how your neck curves a bit. You might have a pillow or something behind your neck. Otherwise, there's going to be a bit of empty space there between the bottom of your skull and the top of your shoulders. If you're sitting, notice how your head is positioned. Is it a good spot? Is it balanced so that your muscles of your core, your skeleton, your bones can hold you up? The chin should be kind of parallel to the floor, not tipped up or down. You could move your head around a bit. And if you're supported through the back of the head, even better. You could let go of any tightness or tension at all. And when you get to the muscles of your upper back, there might have been some utility in tensing upper muscles in the old days when it was mostly physical threat. But then we tense up for emotional threat and social threat, none of which are actually here in this moment anyway. So experience softening and letting go of that protectiveness so that the whole back of your body is resting and soft. Down through your lower back, through the back of your legs, to your heels and the small gap between your ankles and your heels, that sense of your soles of your feet, the space between your soles of your feet and the top of your feet. Notice the toes and the spaces between your toes. Notice the tips of your toes. And then notice the whole front of your body, forehead and eyebrows. Many of us have done that really simple practice of softening through the forehead and eyebrows and letting go of anxious thoughts. Let your eyes and that whole faculty of sight be at rest. 40% of our brain activity involves sight. So when we have our eyes closed or our gaze soft, we can let that part of the brain rest as well. Notice the sensation of air as it comes through your nostrils, down into your mouth and throat. Let your whole face soften. If you're clenching your teeth, let that go. And put a bit of space between your upper jaw and lower jaw so that your teeth aren't touching top to bottom. Notice the whole faculty of speech, including thinking about what to say or not to say, the vocal cords, your tongue, all of that could be at rest. Notice the throat and the sides of the neck down through the shoulders. And let your shoulders be heavy. If you're lying back supported through your shoulders, let them soften back into the support from the front through the back. And bring your attention down through the shoulders into your arms and hands, fingers, and fingertips. Let any sense of movement or agency through your arms and hands also be at rest. Notice the space between your thumbs and your index fingers. Focus your mind on that for a moment. Just that empty space. And let all of the areas of the brain that have to do with the hands in particular also be at rest. Focus for a moment more on that space between the thumbs and the index fingers. There's nothing there, just the space. And come back to being aware of the whole body again, head to toes. The whole back of your body, soft and relaxed. And then from the crown of the head through your face, your forehead and eyebrows, the eyes, your mouth, hinges of your jaw, down through your neck and throat, down into the muscles of the chest, muscles of the stomach, navel center and lower belly. Notice the movement as your body breathes. And notice the nuances of that movement. Are you holding your breath even a little bit? If you are, you could let that be more continuous for a few minutes. A slow, deep belly breath really signals our nervous system that it's okay to relax and rest. We can trust, even if we have our eyes closed, that our ears will let us know if there's danger. We have other sensory systems that are always trying to keep us safe. We can trust and count on that. And right now, we're softening the breath and paying attention to the breath in the belly. And become aware again of your whole body and what's going on in the body mind right now. Notice if your mind drifts. Remind yourself that right now is not the time to just follow aimlessly with your thoughts. We're listening to the thoughts and observing them. And we're doing that from the context of paying attention in the body. We're noticing the front, the back of our body, the movement of our body with the breath. Where is your attention drawn? If you were to scan your energetic body, the subtle body, what draws your attention? And you could always rest your attention in your heart center. What might your body want you to know? What might your heart want you to know? Drop the question in and then move out of thinking and just into active listening. Aware of your whole entire body physically and energetically. If there's an area of your body that seems to want attention, let your focus move to that. Notice sensations, energy. Why are you trying to attract my attention? If there's an energy there, notice the energy itself and the space around the energy. What's going on? What does it want you to know or pay attention to? And then we sit and listen. If words or pictures come up, you could have a look at them. If you notice that you've started trying to figure something out, see if you could fall back more into listening. We're looking to access that higher level of intuition and wisdom in the body mind. What might it want us to know? Stay really connected with your whole body and with your breath. It might be fairly laid back and you're just noticing things kind of rolling through. Something might have some intensity, and you could tap on a sensation or on a word or an image. You could notice the space around sensation. Just for another minute or two, let your attention be drawn to wherever it goes in your body. And let it know that you'd like to know more about that. What's going on that you need to know?